Welcome. This is Elder Darlington Kapasu'S. My sermon today is addressed to all Chivweka, Cultural Association members, and any other interested party. I should have presented this sermon or speech at the dinner dance we had last 9th May at the government complex, but due to some logistic problems, I was not able to. I want to state that the fact remains, however, that regardless of what has been said and done against the Africans, and of whatever might be said or done against them in future, he is the only man who can trace himself back through the ages to his origin and find monumental evidence of his unquailed greatness, his prowess, the laurels, great honors he won, the things he created and perfected, which have a direct influence on our civilization of today. I must say that, man, you need to assert yourselves, for if you don't know who you are, you shall never be free and regain your freedom. If I can have an impact at world level, then why not my country? Why not my province? And why my tribe and village? I'm here as a Luchazi, pure Luchazi, and also director of DK's Solution Limited. I needed a podium to relate to the public, as it's very difficult in our country. We find it very difficult to be availed modest, prudent space in the press without paying quite a substantial, and hence me devising ways to get to the world through a website which shall be launched soon with your cooperation. I have also hosted our Chivweka website as a subdomain and our company. We need a lot of content so that I can advise how we can benefit what the world can offer. So be on the lookout for the Njikwate. Now, if you Google, you'll find that there's listed as a hive supplement for HIV by DK Solution Limited. The website is being hosted under the name of www.dksfreesolutions.com and shall provide many other materials in line with the company's vision. I have learned that when one wants to be a leader, do not force yourself on people, but just place yourself in good deed, and somehow you'd be selected to lead. Then you have no problem or no trouble with objections, as like in my case, I was appointed even when I was not at the meeting here at some of the appointments, and I have had to date with no pay. I've been the past chairman for Rhodes Park School, where my daughters went to, past member in Chivuluma Golf Club. I'm still a member of Barclays Club for my former employers. Ndola Club, I was the past treasurer. Zambia Charitable Trust, Ndola past treasurer. Barclays Senior Bank Staff Association, I was chairman for 5 years as a junior manager then. Chivweka's community-based care, Lusaka, past treasurer. Barclays Ladies Football, not that I was a lady, but I was past chairperson. Barclays Lawn Tennis, past chairperson. Past sitting member, Dollar Gulf Commercial Chamber of Commerce. Past member, player of Lusaka Golf Club. Ordained member of Jesus is Life Church. When God's power begins to rule, people shall be selected and not elected. And we thank God that we now have an original black African managing America, a born African, raised American, complete Kenyan. Blacks ruled the world before, and yes, we can, if we can all follow along with world developments that we have been denied due to lack of knowledge and misconceptions and lies. Hosea says it, Hosea 4:6 says it. Do you know we have learned to accept lies as the truth? So from here, I want to encourage you that when you go back, encourage everyone to be on email. Even one who is not yet born, get them an email so that when they don't find the website, when they find the website is full, there's unlimited space anywhere. That's only a joke. The more numbers we have on email, the ability to capture and enjoy some of what the net has to offer shall increase to enable us generate our own funds without any donations. If we can do to our churches, why not our culture? So when you join the list, you need to reconfirm your subscription when you get another email to do so from DK's Free Solutions. This is a biblical challenge and therefore cannot manage to reach all churches, but with the use of internet, it's possible to do like I have already started. If you can Google my names, you'll find me there with a number of videos that I have for your enjoyment, especially that have warned men not to get pregnant, and you can Google out my name on the internet, and then you get quite a lot of other stuff, including some music. Ladies and gentlemen, imminent of HIV, we need to be alert in order not to risk depletion of our race as first people on earth. We have suffered a lot in cases of discrimination, slavery, etc. and etc. What has happened when civilization started in Africa? How can we have another race convince the whole world that there is no cure and managed it until they were exposed and were even made to celebrate every year, confirming that we are still enslaved? As I have been dealing with other herbal supplements, I followed HIV. I followed HIV closely, monitored the whole world trend, and on 7th February 2012, I registered a limited company, DK Solution Limited. The year before, my company marched on the same day, National AIDS Day, with my staff with a banner under Babao, and people were surprised with us and were shocked there was a way to end what was imposed on us. The powers that they have, they can obliterate us by bombing us to wipe us out and take our countries. How do they think they can create viruses and give it through vaccinations, which was spread over a period of then we go to heaven? If there's a place for them, then I would not like to go there, and then we call ourselves as Christians. The wealth that has been accumulated by them was because of the cheap slavery, and changed everything to suit themselves. If we as blacks were first on earth, then ask yourselves where we are in the Bible. You find the answer on the internet. What would have happened if a sixth colloque, so-called, had not woken up? The whole black race would have been obliterated because we all have been sleeping. Don't you think this is a cause for us to know where authority was sought to allow the depletion of our race? Please, anybody with an investigation skill, find out a book called The Golden Page, Golden Stool, page 173, and here it is for you. Page 73, it says, to win a people to Christ is necessary to Europeanize them. Behind all systems of administration lies the fundamental question of what we intend to make of the Africans. One policy is that of repression. It follows. The first method is to destroy their institutions and religions. Since a civilization is the expression of the mind of a people, the Africans must first be endowed with a European mind if he is to be civilized. Can you think about it? If you come in on email, I can also avail you 10 verses in the Bible that confirms taking over countries and discrimination. I found that a lot more information is in the public arena, and I encourage you to do your own research as more information is coming to light, because I think an overseas black African is managing America. All we need is our leaders to be alert and to call Obama to finish this saga. Even the person who made the virus, it's there on the internet. You can Google it, who made the virus. There is a major ploy to deplete the African population through vaccines, which we are forced by our governments without actually having enough knowledge to conduct tests to certify that they are safe for us. One particular example that I can give is the current cervical vaccine, and you can get all these details in here. A link will be provided if at all you are on email. You cannot get the link verbally. While we have accepted Christianity as our religion and forsaken our culture to theirs, in a subtle way, we are being killed slowly by viruses and vaccines we should be alert to. If our leaders can't take care, please, there's a lot you need to know and test your faith if you think it's the right religion for us as black people. Get on in, my people, and let's accept that we still have room to learn more. That's when we have been taught done more than what we have been taught from childhood. Njikwate is a former name called Babao, and all details are available on the internet. If you find the country that has this herbal supplement, it is well known to our government, and the former diplomat is there confirming that the supplement was very good, but don't ask me why they did not bring to our people, but kept it to themselves and their relatives. If we have volunteers who can sing in all our languages in Northwestern Province, then please advise the Secretariat with your details. This will allow coverage in all languages in Northwestern Province. All these ingredients in the Njikwate are actually vegetables. If you allow me to take some water now, we can continue. These vegetables, if they're combined together, they actually defeat the virus. This is confirmed in our so-called Bible under Ezekiel 47 verse 12. In other words, if you can grow these vegetables and combine them in the same manner, we shall never be targeted again, as this virus which attacks the gene CCR5 is the reason why we were targeted. That's only found in the black people, who were all the races from all the other races come from grafting. For your information, you can also get this information on link through the net, which I can provide to you. Would you not be happy to be associated with the name of Njikwate as a Luchazi name, which will end this HIV saga? Would you not like to be the most highly computer literate province in Zambia, from the Luchazi to Luchazi of Northwestern, just like we don't have Vakatonga or Vakavemba? Please, at the moment, I implore you to just send an email to dksolutions@gmail, and you get an auto reply, and you wait for the website. We wait for the website to be launched. You can also send an email to Chivweka. Please take note that Chivweka is not spelled like in Pemba, but it's got Chivweka, Chivweka dksolutions@gmail, and you also get a confirmation. And please encourage all other partners who are not here and relatives, and to be able to have an email and send to these two emails. This supplement has actually been delivered to Zambia, and improvement has been seen from 14 days when we used to do when we started. It's now almost 9 days, straight to your physical address. It's not a hospital at all. We still have to wait to see how the government can be able to help for us to pay for our own, otherwise we have to pay from our own resources. Njikwate is not a cure for HIV. The cure is in America, and details are found, are not hidden at all. If you have an email, you can take note of the cure with all the details in there. It's not actually hidden. Please, I want to reiterate that let's all get involved to preserve our cultural heritage in our various ways. You will benefit from wild information in the company's vision, which is to inspire others based on biblical Ezekiel 33 in the future century. And our mission statement is, I'll repeat, let our Lord uphold us according to his word. If we believe in him, he will redeem our lives to meet our responsibilities in the world. We shall convert our lives to our God-given talents and abilities, and also alter our lives to fulfill our place here on earth. We should see and feel the Lord's guidance now to show us the way to the perfect opportunity to do what we love to do, what we will, and what will fulfill in our lives mentally, healthily, spiritually, financially, and technologically. While we have other people creating viruses and they're being sort of embraced by international community, we also have other people who check the world to maintain normality, to counteract viruses made by man. And their documents are not in English, so how did I manage, as the supplements have been there all along and was enjoyed by only a few leaders and their relatives? When I went into the world, www, I got a response that it was actually already tested in Zambia. By who? Zambia National Aid Council. Why couldn't they have just stopped it? It had to take a Luchazi because he can be identified with where they come from and a village. We should not lag behind because of lack of knowledge. Otherwise we shall perish. Please let us enjoy our traditional meals which were prepared. Just remember, Njikwate is a Luchazi way to catch or hold. The Chivwekas are igniters of fire from wood and grass. The slogan that we can have is, slogan will be Chivweka Fire Igniters. Slogan for Njikwate will be Njikwate nange Njikwate. Njikwate nange Njikwate. Now, I've provided a guide for those who are involved in churches and areas that people congregate. You would have perhaps to repeat and copy replica of this as a guide. It's Hosea 4:6. The verse is very clear that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. So to ensure that everyone has to see that they have taken the infection, the HIV test, so that they are sure they are not infected. Here are the assumptions that we analyze, that this virus comes from year back 1967 to 1980. Can you imagine? And the total vaccinations in Zambia, 19.5 million. So on average, it has been almost over 13 years since 1967. So we calculated that from that amount, 1.5 million vaccinations per year have been coming through our country while we are blind. Others have died, we don't know how many, because there's been no information disclosed. So you find the criteria which we have set is here is that if you are vaccinated with smallpox, then you could be infected with HIV. Because there's still about 8.4 million unaccounted for viruses. If you had a partner or relationship with a person who passed on in the past, then you could equally be infected with HIV. If you were born from parents vaccinated in the past, you could also be infected with HIV. If you lost a partner with no history, you need to be checked as well. If you had unprotected sex with another person, you could be infected. If you had a partner born from the years 1967 to 80, there could be about 60% infections, which are very high chances of getting infected with HIV. Take our word and help to spread the word about HIV and AIDS and how to stay healthy, and be aware of your HIV status in order to achieve 0 new infections, 0 discrimination, 0 AIDS-related deaths, and also connect with some of the sites that you'll be able to get in the paper in here. Get tested and find out if you are not infected. 18.4 million unaccounted for. If you test positive, do not panic. You can rescue yourself from a herbal supplement within 4 months without any side effects, which can be delivered to your door or physical address in Zambia within 30 days at least, and live a normal life. Do not discriminate to those infected by the HIV. Forgive those who have harmed us biblically as follows. 1 Peter 3:8-12. Suffering for doing good. Finally, all of you be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, be compassionate and humble. Do not repay evil with evil or insult with insult. On the contrary, repay evil with blessing, because this is you who are called so that you may inherit of blessing. For whoever would love life and see good days must keep their tongue from evil and their lip from deceitful speech. They must turn from evil and do good. They must seek peace and pursue it. For the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their prayer, but the face of the Lord is against those who do evil. 1 Peter 3 verse 13, who is going to harm you if you are eager to do good? Ezekiel 33, be a watchman for others and warn them by blowing the whistle, for if you don't, then the blood will fall onto you. Ezekiel 47:12 is a critical area which we should not be able to misplace. It says, the fruits of all kinds will grow both banks of the river. Their leaves will not wither, nor will their fruit fail. Every month they'll bear fruit, because the water from the sanctuary flows to them. Their fruit will serve for food, and their leaves for healing. In pursuing the national objectives, and I quote, under the Zambia National HIV and AIDS Strategy Framework 2006 to 2010, page 26, strategic objectives to support the utilization of alternative or traditional medicines which have scientifically demonstrated efficacy. This we have made, and we're importing food supplements that will make our people healthy again before the foreign HIV came into being. This remedy is not cure for HIV, but a herbal supplement, well packaged, and therefore we do not want anybody asking for cure from us, but herbal supplement which has been properly put together to the health world. Anybody in need, we are happy to source for them to their physical address. As this remedy was withheld, it breached the biblical principle cited in Ezekiel 47, and for the purposes to comply, a medical form will need to be completed, just like other doctors' supplements. This is not known by our doctors, so you can contact the Zambia Institute of Natural Medicine and Research. They are currently at room 2 and 3, Springbok House, Chachacha, and Lusaka. Njikwate, nange Chivweka, fire ignition. I thank you all those who have been able to listen for this time. If you have to pass this information, please, you can be able to pass it. You are free to pass it to anybody who wants to listen to it. I thank you very much. God bless you, be with you. Amen.